guys. If you recall, I have a meeting today this period, so obviously you are watching this instead. And we are actually just going to go over the compare and contrast test because even while some of you did increase by 25% or Krish and by 50% because you got a 0 the first time, no one did pass it yet. So the highest grade was Prince. Good job, but you still had a D. So we're just going to go through it again. We're not going to go through every question. We're going to go through the most missed questions. And obviously this is an ed puzzle, so I'm going to be asking you to stop and answer the questions that way instead of actually retaking the quiz again. So that's all. Happy Monday. Hope you had a fabulous weekend. I will see you for real tomorrow. Some of you are here in person, obviously, but you still get to watch a video of me instead of the real me because of the meeting I'm at. So it's cool. 1 and 2 were great. 3 was sometimes you miss, some of you missed, but I'm not real worried about it. 3 and 4 are fine. The biggest issues came looking at this fable. So let's go over the fables again. The first one is The Fox and the Grapes. A fox one day spied a beautiful bunch of ripe grapes hanging from a vine trained along the branches of a tree. The grapes seemed ready to burst with juice, and the fox's mouth watered as he gazed longingly at them. The bunch hung from a high branch, and the fox had to jump for it. The first time he jumped, he missed it by a long way, so he walked off a short distance and took a running leap at it, only to fall short once more. Again and again he tried, but in vain. So now he sat down and looked at the grapes in disgust. "Ugh, what a fool I am," he said. "Here I am, wearing myself out to get a bunch of sour grapes that are not worth gaping for." And he walked off very scornfully. Very, very scornfully. There are many who pretend to despise and belittle that which is beyond their reach. So that's kind of the moral of that story. Now the goose and the golden egg. There was once a countryman who possessed the most wonderful goose you can imagine, for every day when he visited the nest, the goose had laid a beautiful, glittering, golden egg. The countryman took the eggs to the market and soon began to get rich. But it was not long before he grew impatient with the goose, because she only gave him a single golden egg a day. He was not getting rich fast enough. Then one day, after he finished counting his money, the idea came to him that he could get all the golden eggs at once by killing the goose and cutting it open. But when the deed was done, not a single golden egg did he find, and his precious goose was dead. Those who have plenty want more, and so they lose all they have. That's the moral of that story. Okay, so question 5. Which statement best expresses the difference between the fox and the countryman? So again, you're looking at the difference between the fox and the countryman. The fox is happy and the countryman is sad. I disagree with both of those things. The fox isn't happy. Countryman is sad, I suppose. The fox is bitter, but the countryman is greedy. I would agree with that. The fox is angry that he can't reach the grapes, but the countryman is angry that his goose doesn't lay real eggs. The fox is hungry, but the countryman has already eaten. Okay, it's not that one. So you got to choose B or C. Go ahead and answer now. B or C. Okay, now, number 6. Which statement is not true about the different problems the characters face in both fables? The fox works alone to save his problems, but the countryman works with the goose to be happy. Okay, well that's not true. The fox wants what he cannot reach, but the countryman already has something good. Okay, that is true. The fox works to try to reach the grapes, but the countryman just becomes wealthy from the goose. That's true. The fox never gets what he wants, but the countryman destroys what he already has. That's also true. So there's only one choice that I said was not true. A, B, C, or D. Number 7. 6, 7, 8, and 9 were the most frequently missed questions in the whole quiz. Okay, which of the following comparisons is not true? I think they might have been extra tough because of the not true part, so just be careful with that. So it's a comparison. Both fables contain a moral or lesson to learn. That is true, because I highlighted it for both of you up here, right? Both fables use language that appeals to the senses. Okay, they talk about like seeing or smelling or tasting, maybe a little. Both fables have animal characters, yes. Both fables talk about greed, yes. So, which one is it? Number 8. Which of the following is a comparison? Okay, you don't even have to read them. If you're looking for a comparison, just look at these. The Fox and the Grapes takes place in a vineyard, while the Golden Goose takes place in the country. That's a contrastion. That's a contrasting statement. Difference. The attitude of the fox and countryman are both important to the resolution of both fables. Well, you know both means compare, right? That's why we talk about those key words. The expression sour grapes most likely came from both of these fables. This also has the word both, but do you think that this is true? Sour grapes comes from these tales? I don't think so. None of the above. In an example like this is not the right answer. So, which one was it? We already eliminated 2. That means B or C. I kind of gave you the answer. Make sure you type the right one in. Okay, the other questions that were frequently missed were these Venn diagram ones. 9, 10, 11, 12, and 13 were all, 13 was comparing with himself. But all of these Venn diagram ones, guys, I gave you the reminder. Make sure you count the box too. So in the Venn diagram shown, the rectangle, the whole rectangle and everything inside it is used to represent what? Everything in this yellow table. The data that is common to more than one group? No, that would just be this part. One group of data? That would be one circle. No data? That just doesn't make sense. Or all of the data? Go ahead and answer A, B, C, D. You know what? We'll do 10 and 11 and 12 too. Keisha surveyed the students in her biology class to find out what types of movies they prefer, action, adventure, or comedy. The results are listed in the Venn diagram. How many students are represented in the Venn diagram? Okay, you guys can add, just don't forget to add all of the numbers. 4 in action, 11 for both, 12 in comedy, and 3 for neither. Add those numbers up, and what do you get? A, B, C, or D. Number 11. Keisha surveyed the students in her pre-algebra class to find out what types of movies they prefer, action, adventure, comedy, and the results are shown in the Venn diagram. Suppose she surveyed 35 students. How many students prefer only action or adventure? So you got to do a little bit of math again and figure out what goes in the question mark here. So blank plus 15 plus 12 plus 3 equals 35. So do the math and you can figure it out. A, B, C, or D. The Venn diagram shows dessert preferences. How many people like cake and pie, but not cookies? Again, this was one of the most common missed questions on the test. So they like cake and pie, but not cookie. So where is the cross between just cake and pie? I just really don't think you guys were taking your time or looking at this carefully enough, because I think this question is really easy. Who likes cake and pie? Right there. A, B, C, or D. 13 and 14, those were a little trickier, but we had just gone over them. And then 16, you know what, there's really no reason that anyone got 16 wrong. So we are going to answer 16 as well. Look at this table. And the question says, which of the following items was not addressed by both the Articles of Confederation and the United States Constitution. So you're looking at what's there in both. What is in both? And from your answers here, what is not both? What's just the Constitution? Gonna have to scroll for this one. Here, wait, can I zoom out so you can see it all at once? There we go. So we've got money coinage, court systems, postal systems, and foreign affairs. Only one of them was down here. A, B, C, or D. All right, that's all you are doing today. Make sure you answered the attendance question, and I will see you tomorrow. Bye.